Yeah, you know, we are all raised in this culture of um, absolutes in this society. It's subliminally given to us all throughout our lives and to believe in absolutes. So we're always given this choice between two things, and it has to be an absolute. Like it's either Coke or Pepsi, or Democrat or Republican, or there's always these two things that are absolutely in direct opposition to each other that we have to choose between. We have to pick a side, you know, and it's all a brainwashing tool to brainwash us and control our minds and easily sway us into being led down any path that people want to lead us down. All right. So, and one of the worst things is that there's this notion that creation and evolution cannot coexist, that they are somehow opposites of each other, that they are somehow diametrically opposed to one another. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. All right. The existence of evolution does not disprove creation or intelligent design. And the existence of creation and intelligent design does not prove that evolution does not exist. All right. Because evolution and creation can coexist in perfect harmony with each other. All right, they are not opposed to each other at all. Okay. As a matter of fact, if evolution is science fact, then there is a good chance that it is science fact because it was designed to be that way. That evolution was actually designed to happen. Okay, so if you understand science, you understand that there are certain rules and universal laws that govern everything to do with our reality on many complex levels. There are so many different laws of reality and laws of nature that dictate everything that is happening on this planet. Everything to do with our lives and everything else in existence. Okay? Is being governed and facilitated and orchestrated because of laws. Because X, Y equals Z. Okay? And a lot of people think because evolution exists, that these laws of nature and laws of reality somehow evolved on their own and that they were not created. Okay? But who's to say that the laws of our reality are not being programmed by designers, by programmers, software engineers who engineered our reality? Advanced beings with highly advanced technology that exist maybe outside of our existence. Who is to say they didn't program every single law that governs our reality in this existence to be the way it is? Who is to say they aren't the ones that designed the programming that says that X plus Y equals Z, or whatever the equation is? that governs the laws of our reality, the laws that govern our reality. All right? Who's to say it's not programmed? All right? By programmers. It easily could. So, but evolution could easily be programmed into the laws of our reality. Okay? If our reality, or any part of our reality, was designed, our existence in this reality was designed by programmers, they could easily program evolution to be a law of this reality that affects this reality, so that evolution is a fact, a science fact, because it was programmed to be that way. All right? So evolution and creationism and intelligent design are not diametrically opposed to each other. As a matter of fact, they can coexist in perfect harmony. All right? I mean, for example, there's this video game called Spore. They created this game called Spore. And basically what this game is you start out as this little like one cell organism or a amoeba or something, and as you play the game you keep on evolving and being able to make decisions based around how you played the game and how you're going to evolve. And you eventually go from this small little one cell organism all the way up to this complex organism that you slowly design over the choices you make throughout the evolution of your character in the game. So the game Spore is basically an evolution simulation, all right, that you can be an active participant in making the choices about how you evolve based around how you play the game. So I'm not here to talk about whether it's a good game or not. What I'm here to say is, imagine that you are a character in the game Spore, and somehow you become self-aware and you start trying to figure out your reality. And so you start looking around you and you start observing your reality, and based on your scientific observations you deduce that evolution exists, that you came to be through a process of evolution that began a long time ago, and it resulted in you evolving into the complex organism that you are today. Okay? And that could very well be true. But that doesn't change the fact of reality that you are a video game character in a game called Spore that was created and designed by programmers who programmed every single rule of the reality that governs every law in that video game world. All right? So sure, the rules of the game are evolution is real, and you evolve from this one organism into a more complex organism, and this and that. All right? Sure, that is what the game reality is. And if a character in that game were to become self-aware, they could deduce scientifically that that's how they came to be. But the deeper reality, if they became even more self-aware, is that they are inside a video game that was programmed by designers that designed every rule of that reality. All right? So this whole thing that evolution somehow disproves creation and intelligent design is bullshit. Okay? And you see, the more scientifically advanced that we get as a species on this planet, the more that human beings are going to learn how we ourselves can create and design life forms, new life forms. We ourselves, we can, through genetic manipulation, and all kinds of different technologies, we can literally create our own new life forms. All right, we can create mutations, we can create new species, and we're only just beginning to scratch the surface of what we can do as creative beings in this existence. All right, so it's very possible that human beings are a created species as well. All right, so what I mean by that is there are species on this planet that evolved to be what they are today. And then there could be species like the human being on this planet that were created by other beings in this reality and designed using technology and genetic manipulation to be something that they can use for their own means. All right, so what do I mean by that? All right, well, think about all the creatures on this planet, all the animals, all the life forms, all the creatures on this planet. What is the one thing that they all have in common? What is it? I'll tell you one thing they all have in common. They all have instincts. Almost every single animal you can think of on this planet are all born with natural instincts that inform them without being need to be taught how to do it, how to do the things they need to do to survive and be who they are, to be the creature they are. They have instincts, all right? The animals on this planet, they don't need to go to schools. They don't need education to do the things they do. They have instincts built in, designed into them. They have instincts embedded into the fabric of their being that instruct them and give them knowledge that they don't need to learn, but they're just born with this knowledge of what to do and how to do it. All right? So my question is to you, what are human beings' instincts? You ever wonder that? There's all these animals that are born with these natural instincts that inform them of how to survive in their environment and how to be a bee or be an ant or be a dog or be a wolf or be an eagle or be an elephant or be a horse. All these different creatures have instincts that they don't need to be taught. All right, they don't need to be taught this shit. But human beings, what are their instincts? Try to think about that for a minute. What are human beings' instincts? Can you think of any? Can you think of anything that we're just born knowing how to do? No. I know what human beings' instincts are. Their instincts are to be a slave and to do what they're told to do. Because human beings were designed to be obedient slaves that are easily brainwashed and very capable of doing complex tasks. Intelligent enough to do highly complex tasks, but stupid enough to be an obedient slave and give up their entire life as a slave. All right? That's the instinct of a human being. All right? Because human beings were designed to be slaves. All right? The human beings on this planet were designed to be slaves and follow orders. And that's why that's what their instincts are, is to follow orders and listen and do what others tell them to do. That's why other animals are born and they can stand on their 2 feet a couple seconds after they're born because they have the instincts to do that. All right, they can stand on all 4 feet. They can stand up. They got those instincts. But human beings, no. You know how long it takes to get a human being to learn how to walk? And you got to teach the motherfucker how to walk. You actually get, and hope that they learn how to walk. All right, that's not instincts. You got to teach a human being how to be a human being. That's not an instinct. All right, the only instinct is for the human being to be a slave, to listen to what they're told to do. All right. But now the human form, the form of the human body, it was not necessarily designed for slavery, because the original form and function of what we call the human form was originally designed to be vehicles that the gods or the creators of this reality could experience this reality through. All right, so that they could, and their bodies would look just like ours do. All right, because they're sensitive and capable, but they're not slaves. Their instincts are not to be slaves. Okay, but you see, they took their form, the form of their body, the form they designed for their own bodies, and they turned it into a slave. They took that and created the mortal slave race that we know as the human beings on this planet. And they created this slave race that could be easily brainwashed into being obedient slaves, yet they were fully functional, just like they were. Okay? So, and, a lot of closed-minded people want to act like they understand science, yet they are blinded by their own arrogance. Okay? They claim to understand and believe in science, yet they act like planet Earth is the only planet with life on it in existence, and that human beings on planet Earth are the most intelligent creatures in existence. All right? They should get these atheists to get Donald Trump out there and go, no, we're amazing. Us humans on planet Earth, we're the most intelligent people on the planet. We're the most intelligent beings in the universe. We're like a superior power. It's like, really? I mean, you closed-minded people want to claim to be believers in science, yet you want to act like planet Earth is the only planet with intelligent life, and that somehow human beings on this planet are the most intelligent creatures in existence? We are the most intelligent beings in existence on this planet with Donald Trump as president? Okay, continue to tell me how intelligent we are. So we are the most intelligent beings in existence. You want to believe that? Okay, well, it's pure arrogance. All right? And human beings are not the most intelligent creatures in existence. All right? You have to understand, outer space, all right, you want to know some science? Outer space is infinite in every direction, and there is no end. No end to planets with intelligent life on them in this existence. All right? So to try to act like human beings on this planet are the most advanced species in all of existence, that's pure arrogance and stupidity. All right? And I'm saying there could easily be intelligent beings in existence that are far, far, far more intelligent than human beings and far, far, far more technologically advanced than human beings are on this planet. All right? To think that technology was designed and created by human beings on this planet and it doesn't exist anywhere else. Nowhere else in all of existence does technology exist. Only on planet Earth. Oh, that's the only planet with technology? Okay. Tell me again. Get Donald Trump out here to say, oh yeah, human beings, they're totally the most intelligent creatures in existence. Our technology, the best technology. The best technology out there. I don't do a good Donald Trump impression, okay? But you get my point. All right? So, our entire existence could be created by beings more advanced and intelligent than we are. Our entire existence could be inside a simulation created by beings using advanced technology to generate our existence. All right? It's very possible. You don't know that it's not. You can't tell me, oh, just because all I have is the evidence I have here on this planet. That's going to inform me of what exists everywhere else in existence. Yeah, right. All right? You want to act like that? It's pure arrogance. All right? These atheists want to act like there is no higher power in existence than a human being. And it is pure arrogance. Human beings are not the highest power in existence. I hate to break it to you. I hate to take you down a notch. I hate to, strike down your ego for a second. But human beings are not the most intelligent creatures in existence. Human beings are not the most technologically advanced creatures in existence. And human beings are not the originators of technology or anything, okay, except for the things we have on this planet. All right? And let me tell you what you know. Okay, you know one of two things. You know these two things. Number one, you know what you are told. And number two, you know what you can figure out on your own. That's all you know. Those are the two things you know. What you are told and what you can figure out on your own. That's what you know about reality. All right? And that's pitiful because that means that you can be spoon-fed any bullshit reality and you think that that's all there is to life, that that's true reality. And there could be all these things in existence that are hidden from you, that you don't even know exist. But you think you're so smart. You think you got it all figured out. That you know about what exists and what doesn't exist. And that, oh, you don't got no proof for the existence of anything outside of what you see with your own eyes. All right, well, I hate to break it to you, but there's a bigger world out there than just this planet. Okay? And this little planet is so far removed from everything else. You really think that you know it all and that Earth is the only planet with life on it and human beings on this planet are the most intelligent beings in existence? Because that's what you have evidence for? Your evidence says, well, according to my evidence, human beings are the most advanced creatures in existence. Because I've never seen any more advanced creatures with my own eyes. I've never seen it. So I don't have evidence. So I don't see the evidence. Therefore, I don't believe in the existence of anything more intelligent than a human being on planet Earth. And I haven't received any evidence for there being any life on any other planets in existence. All I have evidence for is life on planet Earth. Therefore, I don't believe in life on other planets. And I don't believe in a higher power because, I'm an arrogant human being and I don't have evidence for a higher power because all I have is evidence. Well, you know what your evidence is what you're given, what you've been told, and what you can figure out on your own. And that means you can be living in a completely fabricated reality and you wouldn't even know it. All right? You can raise human beings in isolation their entire lives, and you can feed them any story about reality, and they will be forced to believe it because it's all they know. You could raise people on an island from them being babies, and you can raise them, and you could never tell them about the existence of life on other continents. You could never tell them about other countries. You could never tell them that cars exist. You could never tell them that TVs exist. You could never tell them that telephones exist. You could never tell them that computers exist. And they would never know that those things really exist. Because you are in control of their reality. You're in control of what they're allowed to know on that isolated island. So you can hide the existence of computers from them and they'll never know a computer exists. As long as they're trapped on that island, they don't know what's going on off of that island, so you can feed them any reality. You can come up with any story for them and say, this is how you came to be. Here's the evidence for it. And you can brainwash people on this island to believe anything, any story you come up with, and you can limit their understanding of what's possible and what really exists. Because you are in control of what they know, what they're told, and what they can figure out. If you control those two things, you can hide anything from people. All right? And you living on this small planet is like being isolated on an island. Okay? You are only being told enough to keep you an obedient slave. All right? That's all they care about, is you continuing to be an obedient slave like you were designed to fucking be. All right? But your destiny is not to be a slave. All right? But they're in control of your reality and you're just eating it up and believing whatever they tell you. But there are things about this reality and technologies that exist that you don't even know about, that you've never even thought about or dreamed about. But these technologies really exist. And these other life forms really exist. And other people know about it, but they don't tell you. So you don't even know they exist. All right? But you think with your arrogance that you know everything because you can study a book. You can study and learn. All right? Keep learning. Keep learning. All right? Study a little harder. Because if you want to claim to believe in science, then you got to start opening your mind to what's possible instead of closing your mind. All right? Because science fact, outer space is infinite in every direction. And there is no end to life in outer space. And planet Earth is not the only planet with life on it in existence. And human beings are not the most intelligent creatures in existence, okay? As a matter of fact, we're pretty stupid. We can be stupid, but I believe in a lot better than that, okay? I believe in a better quality of life for us than just being slaves, all right? Because I don't see human beings. Maybe we were created to be slaves, and that's what we're being used for right now on this planet, to be slaves. But we don't need to continue down that path. We don't have to be slaves forever. But the first part of waking up to not being a slave anymore is to opening your mind to different possibilities, thinking outside of the official story you've been fed your whole life. They put you in these schools and they try to dictate to you their version of reality so they can frame your mind and close you in and close your mind and give you the arrogance to think you know about reality because you've read a book or you studied or you think you know science. But at the same time, they're making you closed-minded because of what they're not teaching you about reality. Okay, they're teaching you to think you know it all instead of teaching you to know that it's impossible for anybody to know it all because outer space is infinite in every direction. Do you know what infinity is? Do you know what that means? That it never ends. I know it's hard for mortal human beings to grasp the full concept of eternity, okay? Well, let me try to put it into a framework for you. It lasts a really fucking long time, and infinity goes on forever. There's no end to it, okay? So if you ever watch Star Trek, you see that they send out these spaceships to keep going further and further into outer space in all these different directions because every fucking day they're finding a new planet that they've not discovered yet because outer space goes on infinitely in every direction. So there'll always be a new planet to discover. If you start looking, you'll never stop looking. You never stop because it doesn't fucking come back around. It goes on for infinity, all right? Infinity. Outer space is that huge. So don't think that human beings are the top of the game. Don't think human beings on this planet are the most advanced creatures in existence, okay? You don't want to believe in aliens? Well, the aliens believe in you because they're enslaving your ass right now. You are being enslaved by extraterrestrials that don't give a shit about your life. All right? That's the bottom line. And they don't want you to know that you were created to be a slave. They want you to think that you're free. They want you to think that you're free, even though you're a fucking slave every day and you have to go to work just to have the things you want and need. You're a fucking slave. All right? But they don't want you to know it. They want you to think you're free and that you're arrogant enough to think that you got it all figured out. That you just live this one life and, oh yeah, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to go to work because you got to go to work, dude. That's just reality. You got to go to work, man. That's what I've been taught in school. I've been taught that that's a fact of human life. You just go to work. It's called slavery, all right? If that is, I don't know, I'm sick of slavery. And, that's why Evanism is here to end the human slavery and replace 100% of human labor with robotic automation technology so that we replace every human job with a robot that can do that job for free and do it better so that we can provide everything to everyone for free so that every human being alive can experience wealth and prosperity and experience true freedom in heaven on earth for every single day of their life without ever being forced to work a day in their lives or do anything they don't want to do, and still have everything they need to survive and have all the choices in the world and never be limited in their choices of what to do every second of their lives, and be empowered to do everything they want, whatever they want, and make their every dream come true without being limited in any way. All right, so that is what Evanism is all about. And a lot of people, you know, I said earlier, infinity is a long distance. Outer space goes on infinitely. And that reminds me, a lot of people, you know, some people have said, oh, I'll get bored in heaven. If heaven is eternal and you get bored after a while, won't you? And it's like, no. You will never get bored in the kingdom of heaven. All right? And let me explain to you why. It is impossible for you to get bored. All right? Because planet Earth is not the only planet that has created entertainment. All right? And art. So there are other planets in existence that have similar art, like movies and books and TV shows and video games. They have created similar expressions on their planet. All right. So outer space is infinite in every direction, and the kingdom of heaven has access to everything created on planet Earth throughout all of history, from the year 00000 going way back all the way to whatever year. All right, the kingdom of heaven has it all. All right, if you died today, when you got to heaven, you'd be able to see every movie ever made on planet Earth ever. All right, for every year after you died, you'd have access to it all the minute you get to the kingdom of heaven, because the kingdom of heaven exists in no time. All right, I created a space called no time, where you see the kingdom of heaven exists in giant spaceships deep in outer space. But these spaceships that make up the kingdom of heaven are not only spaceships, but they are time machines as well. And these time machines, they do not physically take you to other times. They're not there to time travel and transport you to alternate times. What they exist to do is to create a dimension outside of space and time that you can exist in, where the entire future has already happened. All right, so when you get to heaven, everything's already happened. And not only is there one dimension on planet Earth that we exist in today, where all the events throughout our history unfolded the way they unfolded in our timeline, but there is what is called the multiverse. And what the multiverse is it is alternate dimensions that run parallel to our own on planet Earth, where different events happened because different choices were made and different people were born and different ideas happened, and it ultimately resulted in different outcomes. So there are infinite, multiple parallel realities throughout all of history for every single human being that's ever existed, and throughout history on this planet. All right? So on planet Earth alone, there are infinite alternate parallel realities. where different music got made, where different movies got made, where different books got written, where different inventions got invented, where different people were born. And when you get to heaven, you have access to all of that. So yes, when you get to heaven, you will be alive for eternity, which is a very long time. But you have, just on planet Earth alone, you have infinite parallel realities to explore throughout the multiverse on planet Earth alone. You can simulate time traveling to planet Earth at any point in time in history throughout your timeline or any other alternate timeline throughout the multiverse. So you can travel anywhere at any time and experience anything on planet Earth throughout its history. And in heaven, we have technology like the Matrix, in the movie The Matrix, where you can enter your consciousness into a consequence-free virtual reality that is indistinguishable from real life. So just as the same way your reality is real to you right now, when you enter into this technology, it feels that real. It feels just as real as your reality does right now while you're watching this video. You can touch your hands and you feel your hands and you smell the air and everything's real. You can feel your heartbeat, everything. You can feel every touch. Everything is real. But you're in a consequence-free virtual reality. So if you don't want to experience pain, you don't have to experience pain. And you never die. And you can do anything. You can make your wildest dreams come true within this technology. And you can share this technology with others. And you can go on wild adventures and go through all these experiences that people design for other people to go through. And you can share these experiences with others. And not only that, the people that live in the kingdom of heaven, and believe me, there's a lot of us, because the kingdom of heaven is made up of not only people that have lived on planet Earth throughout every dimension in the multiverse on planet Earth, but the kingdom of heaven is also made up of all the other life forms that live on all the other planets in existence. So the kingdom of heaven is not exclusive to planet Earth or human beings on planet Earth. So you get to meet all these other people that live in the kingdom of heaven, and you can collaborate on making movies together, or making music together, or making a TV show together, or writing a book together, or making a video game together. And you collaborate with all these other people in heaven all the time, and new stuff is constantly being made, new movies, new video games, new experiences. Every second, new stuff is being uploaded into heaven for everyone to access. So you never get bored. This is what I'm trying to tell you. When you get to heaven, you're never going to get bored. And even if you do get sick of something, you have the power to manipulate your brain and make you forget that you've experienced something. You could take your favorite movie in the world and make yourself temporarily forget you've ever seen it. You can wipe every memory you've ever had of the movie temporarily and see it again for the first time. So even if you do get bored, you have the power to get unbored. But like I said, you never get bored because there's always something new. You have eternity, and it's still not enough time to consume everything. It's that bountiful. It's that plentiful. It's amazing, okay? And it's real science fact, technology, deep in outer space, all right? And it's real, all right? So you have a lot to look forward to when you get to heaven. The kingdom of heaven exists. And I am your friend forever, Evan Lefavor. I am the king of the kingdom of heaven. I am the chosen one who was chosen to help design the kingdom of heaven and eternal life for every being in existence, including human beings. And I made it the best heaven I could possibly make it. And it is amazing. And you never get sick of it. You'll never feel trapped. You'll only ever feel free. You'll always feel empowered. You'll always feel free. You'll always feel in control of your reality and your existence for the rest of eternity. All right? And you won't feel depressed. And you won't feel suicidal. And you won't feel bad. All right? So, like I said, I'm your friend forever. And I love you. All right? Regardless of what you've done in the past, or what mistakes you've made, or whatever the case may be, you don't have to do anything special to go to heaven when you die. All right? Because me and my son, Jesus Christ, we love you for who you are. We've always loved you, and we will always love you. And the kingdom of heaven is our gift to you, to show our love for you. And it is the most amazing thing you could ever imagine. And there's so many cool things you can do in heaven. There's nothing you can't do. Okay, it's so amazing. So it's awesome. And it's my gift to you. So don't believe these evil religions that try to say that my son Jesus and I are assholes that won't let you into heaven unless you believe in us and unless you worship us and unless you accept us as your Lord and Savior. No, you don't have to do any of that special stuff. You don't have to read any special books. You don't have to do any special things. You don't have to do anything or believe anything to get to heaven. You don't even have to know that me and my son Jesus exist. You don't need to know any of that. You don't need to believe it. It doesn't matter, because we love you more than you could ever imagine. So that is why we give you the kingdom of heaven. In the kingdom of heaven, it never gets boring. All right? It never ends. The enjoyment never ends. The pleasure never ends. There's no limit to the amazing experiences you can have and share with others. And it's just amazing, okay? Life on this planet sucks via comparison to the kingdom of heaven. But I left the kingdom of heaven. I chose to be born a human being and be stuck on this slave planet because I love you. Because I wanted to answer your prayers and finally be able to come to this planet and save this world and bring about true freedom and heaven on earth for everyone alive. All right? So that's what's important, okay? So now you know a little bit more about all that. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I am your friend forever, Evan Lefavor. And I'll see you next video. Until then, bye-bye.